The NFL Draft Nerd is here to weave through the world of sports and separate fact from fiction. Get involved. The call-in line's open at 864-240-5480. You can tweet us, we don't call it X, at the NFL Draft Nerd. Now, here's that creed-loving, bird-fearing, football lunatic, Jeremy Greene.
It's good to be back home. Greenville, South Carolina. It's good to know you're out there. Good to know you can hear me out there after the harrowing tale that was the Shrine Bowl and the Senior Bowl. And now they're calling me the Iceman now. In
the
Dallas,
Iceman,
that's my nickname. You're the Iceman. You've been here 2 times in 12 years. You brought ice both times.
That's quite the reputation.
100%. We want your questions. We want your opinions. Calling lines open 864-240-5480. You can also get us by text 864-777-9593. I'm Jeremy Greene. You can find me on the Twitter at the NFL Draft Nerd. And today is the day we open up the Twitter box and the NFL Draft Nerd really becomes the Draft Nerd. You got a question? Okay. You fire it out there on Twitter. I don't care. I got people from Colorado School of Mines. I just broke down tape on a kid from Dartmouth. It is the Draftmas season. And I'm so excited. Trey Falco, how are you, my friend? It is so good to be connected with you again on a Monday after the Snowpocalypse Dallas edition.
Yeah, it is. It's good to be back. And, we talked about it a little bit there off the air. It feels like Mondays have been kind of cursed here recently. We got the weather and just it feels like everything's kind of happening. I'm good, but I'm excited to hear about this whole process, this harrowing journey that you've been on down there at the Shrine Bowl.
So I'll tell you I'll give you the abridged version because the full version would take the entire first segment.
Okay, deal.
I knew we were in trouble before we ever left. So I had a flight booked out of Asheville, out of AVL, directly into Dallas.
Okay.
Travel from Asheville is not easy. It's never easy because that airport was built on an old ancient Indian burial ground or something. And so every time I book a flight there, something bad happens. So our initial flight, it starts getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. And that scares me because I know there is snow coming to Dallas the next day. This was a week ago Thursday. So business manager Megan and I make the executive decision. We will cancel the flight from Asheville. There is a flight leaving on time from Greenville. We made it from my studio in Asheville to the Greenville airport from literally having to pick her bags up at her house all the way down the interstate to the terminal through TSA in an hour and 17 minutes, and I have proof of that.
That's got to be a record.
The Parks Ford Mobile Studio was hauling keister. So we make it through. The flight's fine. We met a lovely woman from Anderson, South Carolina, who was flying to Dallas to see her boyfriend. Beautiful, beautiful soul. We get to Dallas. We have an on-site at a bar in Dallas, Dudley's. We were so happy. Everything was going so well. We had former first-round NFL draft pick Mark Clayton with us. We had a handful of guys from the Oklahoma football team. We were cooking with gas. And then Dallas decided to show me why you have to cook with gas in Dallas, because they don't know how to do snow. So we got a whole day of rain.
Okay.
When it was 45, 50-ish degrees. Then it goes down to 12. It snows on top of that. Then we get freezing rain on top of that. So we got this weird snow Sunday on the road.
It's like a lasagna, yeah.
It didn't melt a millimeter in 3 days. I also learned a valuable lesson that Dallas apparently doesn't understand how salt works. If you just dump salt on an icy road, when it gets cold again, it's going to turn into a skating rink. So I finally made it out. We had been stuck for 3 days. The reason we did not have a show last Monday is what I'm getting ready to tell you. I venture out of the neighborhood we were staying in. I see the roads, and literally there are ice chunk mounds as past my ankle in the middle of the road. God. The low that night was 6. I don't know how good you are at math. I went, if we don't get out of here right now, we will not make this flight, and we will be stuck in this frozen hell for longer.
Yeah.
So I load the bags up, load the car up. We're good to go. Megan has an unfortunate incident on the sidewalk where she goes heels over head. Just swoop. She wore my Dr. Pepper all the way to the Dallas airport. We get there by the grace of God. Also, side note, apparently if they run out of salt, they just stop. A Honda Accord learned that the hard way when he went Dale Earnhardt Jr. through turn 3 at Talladega, just sliding out, hitting the rear on the wall, and then you whoop, and they just scrape up the wall. There's 2 cops standing there like, don't do what he did. They didn't try to clear anything. They're just standing there going, don't run over us and don't do what he just did. Sweet. We finally get on the plane the next day in Dallas. Our flight was 8:30. It finally took off at 11 because we had to be de-iced. Swear to God, how have we not come up with something you can put on a plane that will keep ice from sticking to it? But that's a total aside for another day. We get to Mobile, everything gets a little better, but now I'm completely exhausted. I run into Trevor Sikkema at the Senior Bowl, who's a very great friend of mine in this business. We talk a little ball, and then we slide right into our horror stories of Shrine. He sat in 2 airplanes for a combined 14 hours that never left the ground.
What?
7 hours on the tarmac, 2 different flights, neither one ever left the ground. That's how my first Shrine Bowl was. It was a big old nightmare wrapped in another nightmare with a little bacon. But we survived it. We got to one of the practices. We got to see a lot of the prospects. I got to Zoom with a few of them. I got all the tape from the building, and then we were present and accounted for every second of the Senior Bowl. So I'm very versed going into the draft season. And that leads me to my first hot take of the week. 2026 will go down as the worst NFL quarterback class of all time.
Don't tell me that.
And I'm talking the draft, free agency, all of it. If your team is like Trey's and mine,
yeah,
you are elemento screwed.
You don't want to run it back with Fields?
I'll be honest with you. I'm not sure that we're not going to have to. Because I don't think we have another choice. We have sweet baby boy Trey on the YouTube stream. He's got a hot cocoa this week, no longer sick.
Oh, all right.
He's looking to the 2026 NFL draft. The snow is falling outside, and he's just an adorable little cherub on the screen.
Is he crying? Because I feel like the baby should be crying.
He is not crying, but his terrible towel is drying by the fireplace on the windowsill.
Oh, that's cute.
I will say that was partially done for you. It was also partially done for what will now go down as your number 1 pick in the draft, sweet baby boy Fernando Mendoza. I don't think I have seen sleight of hand magicians and tarot card readers that I believe in more than Fernando Mendoza.
Oof.
It's not that I don't think he'll be good.
Yeah.
There's no problem with that. The problem when you take a guy 1 is that they have to be great.
Yeah.
I don't see great in him. His high side is Kirk Cousins in Minnesota. His low side is Kirk Cousins in Washington. That's what he is. That's who he is. And now I need you all to understand that's the best solution to this problem for any team in the NFL by light years. It's so far when you get to number 2. I put out my quarterback rankings today. You can find those on all of our social medias at the Sportsocracy. I have 1 first-round grade, and it is barely for Fernando. I have 2 4s, a 5, a 6, and a 7.
Oh, God.
That's your draft class, boys and girls.
Oh,
and
man.
One of them, I will straight up tell you, is not a football player at this point. The only reason I have a draftable grade on him is because he is big, he is fast, and he has a really good arm. His name is Taylon Green, and I saw him in Mobile, and he's my 4. And I don't even know if he can play football. If you need a quarterback this offseason, this is a great time. we've gotten past the Christmas season. We got through that weird month of January, which is always, am I supposed to go to work? Am I off today? What's happening? We've gotten into February. February is the month of what, Trey?
Valentine's Day.
Love.
There we go.
We love love.
That's better. Yeah.
We love. And this is a great time to love the one you're with. Because if the NFL dating pool of quarterbacks was a real dating pool, you're going to need penicillin because there are no good choices out here. Everything you've got, there are some great personalities, but there are not a whole lot of lookers in this particular establishment.
Yeah, but my quarterback won't take penicillin. Aaron Rodgers doesn't believe in any of that.
I will. I really, your Pittsburgh Steelers, I am convinced you hired Mike McCarthy because you looked around and went, holy sheep excrement. We have to have Aaron Rodgers back. We don't care if his wife's real. I don't care if his knees hold up. I don't care if he's smoking recreational crimes the entire time he's here. I don't care because it doesn't matter. We have to have him back.
Oh, come on. You're not bought into Will Howard?
In a word?
Got a caller.
No. I'm not bought into Will Howard. I'm not bought into Ty Simpson.
Big Mike loves him. I love Will Howard. He's got a lot of upside. We're keeping our options open.
You know what's going to happen if you put Will Howard into football games? He's going to end up dying on his back often. Don't do that. It won't end well. I promise. We have our first caller of the night. It's that simple. You dial the number. You have an opinion. You get on the air. Trey Falco, who is on line one?
Hey, Jeremy. This is Rocky in Greenville.
What's up, Rocky? How'd you survive snowpocalypse down here in lovely Greenville?
Well, I stayed my ass inside. That's what I did.
That's a wise man. I got on a plane and tempted Mother Nature, and she smacked me in the mouth at full speed.
Well, bless you. I'm glad you made it back safely, Jeremy. Glad you made it back safely. And you're kind of talking about why I've called. Now, I've called you in the past and what you think how the first round of the draft's going to go. But I'm talking specifically. This might be one of the worst quarterback classes in the history of the NFL. I don't know. You know more than me. But I'm just wondering, some of these teams, as you're saying, love the one you're with, or these teams that do need quarterbacks, because you can go – next year's draft is going to be like crazy if some of these quarterbacks, including my Gamecock, Lenore Sellers, if he can have a good year, and others. I mean, it's just filled with it, 11, 12, whatever. But what these teams do, that, you got some folks, if they make deals or do something to bring in some of the also-rans or whatever, but they may have experience to at least put a Band-Aid on the season, for them. And maybe some of these teams, they just say, you know what, we don't have a quarterback. We may not be good, so let's just, I'm not saying tank or anything like that, but just play the game, and chances are they might be up there in the draft next year when there's a lot more quarterbacks. So I'm curious on your thoughts on that, because there are teams that do need quarterbacks, but there are none out there, except for the ones that are playing now.
Oh, Rocky, I'll go a step further than tank, and we appreciate you as always, Rocky. I'll go a step further. I'm not just saying tank. I want you to stink. I want you to be so bad that when we watch you, it physically hurts our eyes. Because I'm just going to point a comparison. I haven't said this on any other show. I am debuting it right here. Here is the list of quarterbacks that are eligible for next year's draft that would have been at worst the two this year. Julian Sayin from Ohio State. Mm-hmm. Dante Moore from Oregon. Lenora Sellers, who Rocky mentioned, from South Carolina. Arch Manning from Texas. Dylan Raiola, who is going to be the backup at Oregon.
Chiefs.
He would have been the two.
Yeah.
Sam Levitt from LSU. John Mateer from Oklahoma. DJ Lagway, who I'm not even sure where he's playing because he changed his mind about 3 times. I think he's at Baylor, but I'm not positive. Darian Mensah, who will now be at Duke. Brandon Sorsby, who has transferred to Texas Tech. Jaden Mayava from USC would be the 2 or the 3. I'm at 11 dudes right now that would all be better than 3 on. And that's if I drafted them right now.
Yeah.
If you told me that they ate a psychedelic mushroom and they were in a coma from right now until this day in 2027, they would all be ahead of everything that is in this excrement pile that is the 2026 NFL draft. If you don't have a quarterback, I cannot say this enough. You know what 2 names I heard over and over and over again in Mobile? And this will tell you how bad it is. Mac Jones. Well, there's actually 3. Mac Jones, Jacoby Brissett, or Kyler Murray. The winners of the Derby are going to get the first one, and whichever one Arizona decides they don't want anymore. This is going to go down as one of those blip years. And then we get the market correction because I don't know which of these guys are going to pan out. I was one of the ones sounding the alarm before this year of, I don't love Drew Aller. I don't know what to think of Arch Manning because we just kind of christened him. I loved Lenora Sellers. And frankly, for South Carolina fans, I'm glad he didn't come out. He would have contended to be the number 1 pick in this draft. He would have been no lower than 2.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact that he knows that. Because I know the people on the committee that told it to him. So if you're a South Carolina fan, there's something to feel warm and fuzzy about. Your quarterback bypassed the chance to be the number 2 pick in the draft to come back and play for you, which is exactly what I would want. It's also why I'm telling every quarterback-needy team, whether it's in college football or the NFL, love the one you're with. Because the dating pool is awfully bleak. We're brought to you by Ingles Markets tonight. As every night, this Friday, Fuel Friday, 4 fuel points for every $1 spent. Real savings. And you know what? You can get your candy. You can get all the things you need for Valentine's Day right there in one spot to make your sweetie know that she's your sweetie. Find them online, ingles-markets.com. Ingles Markets, low prices, love the savings. Our call-in line's open, 864-240-5480. We want to hear, who do you think's winning the big game? What would you like to know from the Senior Bowl? All of your questions, we're answering them tonight. He's Trey Falco. I'm Jeremy Greene. You're in Overtime, 104.9 FM, Fox Sports Upstate.
Friday. Kick off the Winter Olympics in style with the opening ceremony from Italy, featuring a special performance by Mariah.
Well, that makes me feel even worse about Garrett Nussmeier.
Garrett Nussmeier was Tommy Chong. He was never not high. Every ball I saw him throw was high.
That's exciting.
Now, if you want to see I do not see the glass half full. I never loved Nussmeier in the first place.
Yeah.
If you want to see it as half full, he has not been healthy before this week in probably 3 months. He got hurt really early in the season.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I do remember that.
He kept playing, and then he was out for a few games. He told us in the media pool, this is the first time he's felt healthy in 3 months.
Jeez.
So
okay.
Maybe he was just rusty. I will tell you, he got worse as the week went on. And all these people say he's the most consistent. I love how deceivingly you put that. Because, yes, he was the most consistent. Because he was the only one that I never at any point went, my God, what did that receiver do to you?
Yeah.
Taylor Green threw a post that I swear to you, if I didn't know him better, I would think that dude hooked up with his sister. That's the only way you would set a guy up to get hit that hard.
Yeah.
And I get it. It's non-contact practices. You know he's not going to get killed. You're maybe taking some risks that you shouldn't.
Sure, yeah, it's a little different.
Holy Lord. It was brutal. And Diego Pavia was the worst one of the bunch.
Yeah, I feel like this is shaping up for another Kenny Pickett draft for the Steelers. I just hope they don't take him in the first.
I don't think Ty Simpson's going to get to you for you to make the boo-boo.
Right, okay.
It's because it's so bad. Like, I'll put it this way. I had 9 quarterbacks in last year's draft that would have been the 3 or higher this year.
Jeez. What about wide receiver?
Horrible. Receiver, on the other hand, that's a whole different ball game.
Good. I like that. We need one of those.
If you can't find a receiver in this draft, you ain't trying. Dude, this is like dating at the sorority house. You might have to deal with some annoying qualities, but you're going to find a looker.
Well, that's the Steelers' bread and butter there. We don't like them if they're not a little unhinged.
You do like the just crazy lunatic receivers.
Bad shit, yeah.
I will say, the funny thing is, I don't have like a big character red flag on any of these guys.
Oh, okay, well, that's a plus, I guess.
I mean, that's not saying it's not there.
Oh, well, yeah.
But usually, from the receiver, I've seen it by now. Oh, after talking about the disaster that is the quarterback class, I appreciate Mr. Falco bringing me back with the greatest band of the 20th century. Little Creed on a Monday night, it feels right. It feels right to be back in this seat. Yeah. It feels right to be talking to Mr. Falco. It feels right to be on right here, 104.9 FM Fox Sports Upstate, brought to you as always by our friends at Ingles Markets. Our call-in line's open, 864-240-5480. Or if you're driving down the road, you're at a stoplight, make sure you're firmly stopped. Send us a text message, 864-777-9593. Trey, I hopped on with you and John Ellis. What was that, Friday?
Yeah, it was, yeah. Friday.
To talk a little Senior Bowl. I did, by the time the weekend was over, I had done 41 media interviews.
You were busy.
I was so tired of the sound of my own voice. It was pitiful. I hit every geographic area, and I did quickly learn when I get out of the South, people really want to ask me, where are you from? Because your accent is a trip. Got some new nicknames. Told you about the Iceman. I think I'm going to get that one put on all my jackets from now on.
That's a nice one, yeah.
Just Iceman with a little icicle hanging off of it. Duke Combs. That's yeah, you're not Luke. We know you're not Luke. You're too tall to be Luke. But you might be Duke Combs.
Duke Combs.
And, we did all of this, all of the travels, all of the many miles, and it precluded me from saying what I've just been itching to say on these airwaves for a week and a half now. And it's really simple. Sammy D. Super Bowl.
You went 20 minutes without mentioning it. That's pretty good.
Hey, we got down a rabbit hole talking about Dallas and the draft. But it's Super Bowl week. This might be the least hype I've ever seen for a Super Bowl. Because I feel like people are looking around going, we got Drake May and we got Sam Darnold.
Well, yeah, people hate the Patriots. People don't believe in Sam Darnold.
This is a beautiful Super Bowl for me because I can't lose. Because I told everybody you should take Drake May over Caleb Williams when they came out 2 years ago.
Right.
And I've been the biggest Sam Darnold homer on the planet Earth. So for me, the only telltale sign of which way I'm leaning is that I can't physically say I'll root for the New England Patriots. It's not possible. It's like rooting for Darth Vader in Star Wars.
Now, if Sammy D wins the Super Bowl, you going to get a tattoo of him?
Oh, that's a. And you know what's funny? I'd do it. You know what's funny?
That's why I asked.
Do you remember the tattoo that Rex Ryan got of his wife in the Mark Sanchez jersey?
Yep.
I would get that of Sam Darnold with the beard and everything. Little cherub Sam.
Yeah.
Holding the Super Bowl trophy with Sammy D. Especially if he wins MVP. If he wins MVP, I will get that
MVP,
tattoo.
Sammy D.
Sammy D. MVP. And you know what's funny? You know who would get the greatest crack out of that? Sam Darnold himself.
Well,
at some point, I'm going to send him a text of no pressure, but if you win this game, I'm getting your face tattooed on me. And I'm going to make him think it's like Steve-O style, where it's his whole face covered my back. No, I think that's a great idea. I'm going to post that on social media. if Sam Darnold wins the Super Bowl, I have to get the Rex Ryan in that vein.
Yes.
The little figure of Sam Darnold holding the Super Bowl trophy and the MVP trophy.
I like it.
I think I can sign off on that right now. My wife's gonna hate it. I mean,
That's
she will yell at me like a smallish child when I.
It's only for life.
I don't care. I've already got one.
No, I know you don't.
I've already got one funny tattoo. What's two? What does it matter?
Exactly.
I mean, you've already got one.
You got to stand on business. Same ED.
100%. This is where you, and I like how you said that. This is where you stand on business. And I am standing on business that Sam Darnold has been this guy forever. And I think it's so funny that we went through this playoff.
Right.
And everybody wanted to write off Sam. He's going to get got.
I still hear it for the Super Bowl.
Oh, he's going to get got. Oh, he's going to become Sam. He's going to see ghosts. And then what happened? What happened? Every other quarterback in the playoffs has been that guy.
Oh, C.J. Stroud.
C.J.
Oh,
Stroud.
that's seeing ghosts.
C.J. Stroud was an abomination. Sam Darnold in the playoffs, 69.8% completion percentage. He's been sacked a grand total of 5 times, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, QBR of 78.1.
I'm all in.
Oh, we're gonna talk to Jera a little later on because he's got some stuff to talk about that I'm here for. Sam Darnold's second highest rated quarterback by QBR in the playoffs. You care to take a stab at who number 1 was?
Talking about this season or
This season. And it's funny to me because this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I was going to say Matt Stafford, but then I don't think so.
Stafford was 7.
Okay.
Josh Allen was 4.
Okay.
Jordan Love is 1. In a game that he completed 52% of his passes, he did throw 4 touchdowns. Unfortunately, he threw several in the crowd as well.
Oh, well, yeah.
Bryce Young is your 3. So,
Oh, okay.
Panther fans, there's something to feel warm and fuzzy about. Bryce Young, your 3rd highest rated quarterback in the playoffs. Sam Darnold's been borderline flawless. He's been exactly what you wanted him to be when he was drafted.
Right.
And this kind of steers into what I said about love the one you're with. One of the things that I've noticed that we do in the NFL that we don't do anywhere else, we judge you so aggressively.
Got a text.
In the first 24 months that you're in this league.
Right.
And look, for Sam, it was terrible. I was there. I bared witness to it. I've seen every throw this kid's ever thrown in the NFL. And, you know, it's funny to me that nobody ever tells the entire story of the team that he came into. Sam Darnold was a 21-year-old rookie with the New York Jets. Trey, let's I love a good, fun game.
You sure do.
The leading,
Put your seatbelts on and get ready for the ride.
Oh, God, his voice just makes me angry. Can you name me the leading rusher on that Jets team?
On that Jets team? Oh, I'd have to go back and look.
Isaiah Kroll.
Okay.
Elijah McGuire was your 2. Bilal Powell was your 3.
Ugh. Okay.
That sound good?
No. No.
Your leading receiver on that team was, don't call me Robbie Chosen, Robbie Anderson. And Chris Herndon was your 2. Who, oh, by the way, was cut by the Jets and never played in the NFL again. No second chance, no hanging out on a practice squad. See you, bye. And weird, when he got away from the dumpster fire that was the Jets, and he finds his way into a nice cushy position, everything goes well.
Crazy how that works for the Jets.
It's
Often.
crazy, and it's crazy to me how Sam Darnold is such an unbelievable cautionary tale for our sweet baby boy Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah.
I have 2 huge qualms with Mendoza. One, he never makes mistakes. I almost think Indiana football was a cult this year because they never make mistakes. Everybody's bought in. Everybody does everything exactly correctly. It was a borderline cult. And I'm starting to think that Kirk Cignetti is the modern day Nick Saban, of he gets the most out of everybody. So what I got stuck on, and what I've spent basically 2 weeks talking about with him, is if he had played in the NFL this year as the quarterback that you saw, where would he have fallen among quarterbacks in the league? He would be a top what?
Talking about Fernando Mendoza. If he played the way he played there at Indiana.
If he played the way he played at Indiana, he never really took big shots downfield.
Right.
It was very safe. He threw 6 interceptions the entire year.
I mean,
it was very basic.
Yeah, look at it the way – I just feel like just in general, quarterback play felt down this year. I feel like if you had Fernando Mendoza playing like that, those same stats, I don't know, top 10, top 5 maybe?
So that's with stats.
Right.
You got to be careful because it's college because you get Rutgers.
True.
You do get Rutgers, who it's pretty easy to throw some numbers on. So I'm just going to draw a parallel, and you tell me where I'm wrong.
Okay.
So I'm looking at the highest-rated quarterbacks in the league, guys that were throwing for 258, 267 a game.
Yeah.
I didn't see that out of him. What I saw was a lot of Cam Ward, talented quarterback.
Ooh.
You put him with no receivers, which right now I'll give you $1 if you can tell me who the number 1 receiver for the Las Vegas Raiders is.
Brock Bowers, I guess.
Brock Bowers is a tight end. Who's the number 1
Well,
wide
yeah,
receiver?
true. But I mean, he's going to be catching the line.
Oh,
for
sure.
Right
He's
now.
your number 1 target, no doubt.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, target.
But what
your
Cam
receiver.
Ward showed us is you got to have somebody that can win on the outside.
Yeah.
And he didn't. He got sacked 55 times, and he only threw 15 touchdowns in 17 games. Cam Ward looked very similar to Fernando Mendoza last year because he was playing with much better talent. At Indiana, he was playing with much older players. A lot of the guys that played on that Indiana team were at James Madison. They're sixth-year seniors. They're 23, 24, 25 years old. You don't get that in the NFL. In the NFL, it is the world's most level playing field. Everybody has the same amount of money to spend. Everybody gets to see these guys the same way.
Right.
We bring them into Mobile. We bring them into Indianapolis, and then they have their pro day. Twice they come to you, once you go to them. It's as even as it gets. And I just look at Fernando and go, I've never seen a franchise quarterback who talks like he's telling me about his new tennis shoes. And that's how he talks. You hear him give him a microphone. He's like, okay, I love playing at Indiana. And our coach, Kirk Cignetti, he's such a great coach. And it's so wonderful. And have you seen my new tenny pumps? They're black and white and they have a Nike check on the side. And the guy from Oregon gave them to me. And they're so sweet. And I love them so much. And they're so wonderful. And don't you like them? I've never heard a franchise quarterback talk like that. Look at locker rooms that I was in. We would be putting icy hot in your underwear, bro. Like, I mean, just straight up. Why do you act so weird? I don't care who you are.
Right.
All of those things scare me to death. And that's why I'm going to say what I'm getting ready to say now. I believe in Fernando Mendoza very similarly to how I believed in Sam Darnold the day he got drafted by the Jets. I believe in your talent. I am scared to death of what we are dropping you into. And I don't know how you're going to get away from it. I think Fernando Mendoza will be a very good, if not great, quarterback in this league. I just don't think it'll be for the Las Vegas Raiders. I think he'll get drafted there. It won't go particularly well.
Right.
It's going to look very similar to the way Bryce Young has looked. And I think the Raiders are about a year behind where the Panthers were. So you get to the option, you pick up the option, he hits the open market, you franchise him, and then he winds up somewhere else.
Right. Kind of goes down that Sam Darnold path.
Mm-hmm. He was never loved where he was. He never lives up to number 1 billing. And then you take the pressure off of him, and he can just be a quarterback.
Right.
But I don't think this is a franchise guy. It's certainly not a franchise guy when, oh, by the way, the correct answer to the question I asked you, Trey Tucker is the number 1 receiver of the Las Vegas
all right,
Raiders.
there you go.
We have a couple texts on the text line. Always a great way to get involved in the show. If you want to send us a text, that number is 864-777-9593. I don't have a name on this first one, but it says top 5 offensive, top 5 defensive players coming out in this year's draft. And who are the can't-miss players in this year's draft? Is defense strong in free agency? Free agency has a lot of defensive players. I just don't really have much belief that many of them are going to get to the open market. Like Devin Lloyd of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah.
They're going to find a way to bring him back into the fold. Whether it's franchise tag, because he is an off-ball linebacker, so it's not going to be crazy expensive. It's good, not great. Now, as for this particular draft class, you get a lot of off-ball linebackers. You get a lot of edge rushers. Edge rusher had a really good week because now we have a lot of guys like Nadame Tucker from Western Michigan that very few people had heard about, that now he's kind of burst on the scene of a guy that looks like he could be a day one starter. You've got a lot of receivers. My top 5 offensively, I've got Jeremiah Love from Notre Dame, the running back.
Yeah.
Francis Maui-Noah, the right tackle from Miami. I have 2 of the receivers. So I've got Mekhi Lemon from USC, who's a little small, probably slot specific.
Right.
But he's really good with the ball in his hands. Carnell Tate from Ohio State.
I've heard that name a lot, yeah.
And then Kenyon Sadiq from Oregon. I'm higher on Sadiq than everybody else. I feel like people are getting lost in – they have another Jamari Johnson. They have another tight end that's going to be really high on the board next year. Sadiq's a physical freak of nature. Then you get to the defensive side, and it's Caleb Downs, is the safety from Ohio State, is the clear one. He's one of the best players I've ever evaluated. I think his floor is Rod Woodson.
Oh, jeez.
That's a nice floor to have. First ballot Hall of Famer. His ceiling gets into the rarefied air of Ed Reed, Sean Taylor, guys like that.
Yeah.
If I'm the Jets, I take him at 2, and I don't think a second thing about it. Then I've got David Bailey, the edge rusher from Texas Tech. I've got Peter Woods from Clemson up pretty high. Big Cat Lee Hunter, he moved his way up. Mansour Delane for the corner from LSU. That's in no particular order because I haven't put the rankings out yet. I also haven't completely solidified the rankings yet. I'm still have some that I look at and go, one day I like A, one day I like B. But that's what this week's all about. I am not sure who that was from, but we thank you for the text. We also got one from our buddy Red C, who said, Jeremy missed the show this morning, so apologies if this was answered already. But what are your thoughts on Mike LaFleur taking this job in Arizona? And Red C, that is what we in radio call a perfect segue. Because I want to ask all of you, who hit a home run with their hire in the NFL? We're going to talk about that on the other side of this break. We have to pay a few bills. As always, we're brought to you by Ingles Supermarkets. Find them online, ingles-markets.com. He's Trey Falco. I'm Jeremy Greene. Call-in line's 864-240-5480. We want to hear your takes. Who nailed it hiring their coach in the NFL? You're in overtime on 104.9 FM Fox Sports Upstate.
104.9 Fox Sports Upstate weather.
From WYFF News 4, I'm meteorologist Bradford Ambrose.
I'll be right back.
You're good, dude.
The colder side, but a little bit warmer than what we've seen over the past couple of days. We'll see those overnight lows in the low to mid-20s early Tuesday morning. Expect increasing clouds. Looks like rain chances won't arrive until the evening hours. And we'll see high temperatures generally into the upper 40s to near 50. Make it a great day.
This report is sponsored by Napa Auto Parts. In the automotive industry, time and trust matter. Miss an electrical problem and it can slow everything down. That's why Napa delivers electrical solutions the pros trust. The parts, tools, and expertise to catch problems before they become breakdowns. That's Napa know-how.
You know that feeling when you're watching a game and you feel like you already know the script? You can now turn that ball knowledge into real money on Better, and they pay you better for being right more than any other fantasy app out there. LeBron over 30 points, Mahomes under 250 yards. Just pick more or less on your favorite player's stats. Someone turned $100 into $200,000 and another hit $100K on just 4 picks. And Better has paid out over $250 million in winnings. Download Better Picks and turn your sports instincts into real money. Sports just got better with Better. Must be 21 or older in a jurisdiction where Better Picks operates. Terms and conditions apply.
Are you stuck staring at your W-2? Are tax refund worries holding you back? You probably have FOMO, the fear of messing up. The fix? Using TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They find every credit and deduction to help you get every refund dollar you deserve, or your money back. It's time to overcome your fear of messing up and get your taxes done right. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
Keep things merry and bright this holiday season with a tip from iHeartRadio Earth. NASA satellite data shows that U.S. cities shine 20 to 50% brighter during holiday nights. So deck the halls with energy-efficient LED lights instead. They consume 75 to 80% less energy than traditional incandescent bulbs and last 25 times longer. Brought to you by iHeartRadio Earth and the National Environmental Education Foundation. For more smart, sustainable living tips or to take action in your own community, visit iHeartRadio.com/Earth.
iHeartRadio and NBC Sports bring you Two Guys, Five Rings.
Two Guys, Five Rings.
Wow.
We're your hosts.
I'm Matt. I'm Matt.
One essential podcast for the
10-4.
2026 Winter Olympics in Italy.
What time do I need to be out here? Or can we just combine these into one?
Huge mistake of sending us there.
The most.
We can do it one of two ways. You can either combine this 4-minute break and the next 3-minute break and come back and just take it all the way to the top, or you could combine the last two breaks and get out at 55:50.
All right, we'll do 55:50.
All right, sounds good.
Think driving a nicer, newer car is a fairy tale?
Not anymore.
Hear ye, hear ye.
The Gilstrap Family Dealerships, your dealer for the people. Hereby decree.
Got another text.
10-4.
During our Once Upon a Dime sales event.
That means you could drive a new Mitsubishi or any nicer, newer car, truck, or SUV that you choose from our huge selection of certified pre-owned vehicles, starting at only one thin dime.
So if you've fallen out of love with your old ride,
we want to help you
Trey,
right
what's
off into
your
the sunset
Instagram
in a nicer,
handle?
newer car you want and deserve.
I don't have one.
Oh, we need to rectify that.
Why?
Because it's part of your whole influencer catalog.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
That's how you
An
get the
influencer.
monies.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, monies. I do like monies. I just hate socials.
Well, that's why we have a girl to run it for you.
Okay, well, in that case, yeah, we can rectify that.
Okay. We got to come up with your IG handle.
It could just be the same as my Twitter, right? Just Yinzer Pauly.
Yinzer Pauly's pretty good. Yinzer Pauly. Let me see if that's available.
Okay.
We're back in overtime. 104.9 FM Fox Sports Upstate. He's Yinzer Pauly, Trey Falco. I did not know that was your Twitter handle. I'm very fond of that.
Yeah, thank you.
We have to get Trey exposed on the socials. Well,
right.
I don't like how I said that. We don't want to expose Trey on the socials. We want to expose Trey to the socials.
Much better. There we go.
He doesn't really do the social media things. And he's such a talented guy. Plus, we keep coming up with these sweet little baby Treys. And
That's
we don't
right,
have
yeah.
anywhere to put them.
That's a good point.
You're going to have a whole new profile picture every day. Just get Yinzer Pauly out there as a little cherub
Little baby,
Trey.
yeah.
We had a question on the text line as we went into the break. You can always get involved via the text line, 864-777-9593. It's from our buddy Red Sea. And he was asking about my feelings of the Arizona Cardinals hiring Mike LaFleur.
Mm-hmm.
So I graded the coaching hires on my show earlier today. You can find that on all the social medias at the Sportsocracy or on the iHeartRadio app, which should be your one-stop shop for all things podcast.
Yep.
I had more A's than I thought I would have. So I gave Las Vegas an A for Clint Kubiak.
Right.
Gave Miami an A- for Jeff Hafley. Arizona got a B. Had a B+ in Tennessee. Only had one Gary Busey. I don't think I've told you the beauty of the Gary Busey.
I think you've. Well, no, I think you explained that on John's show.
So the Gary Busey is my grade when something's so bad that it's crazy. Like,
Right.
it's crazy how bad this is because Gary Busey's so crazy that it's bad, as evidenced by everything I think he's ever said in his life. So we flipped it and turned that into a grade. I did give a Gary Busey to the Cleveland Browns because you somehow managed to hire a coach where apparently your only prerequisite was, will you accept Shedeur Sanders? Because that's about the only thing that I've seen so far that makes any sense. Cleveland got to Gary Busey.
Schwartz, right? They had to accept Schwartz too.
Schwartz was bypassed for the job, and now he is actively trying to get out of his deal.
Well, yeah.
Apparently, he got emotional in the building and told him, I won't be back. Jim Schwartz has got to be looking around going, if the Browns won't hire me, if I can't get the head job here.
Yeah.
My favorite stat of the week. Kevin Stefanski had 2 11-win seasons with the Cleveland Browns.
He did, yeah.
How far do you have to go back to get the previous 2?
Oh, God. 91?
94.
Oh, okay.
That was Bill Belichick.
Right. There we
And
go.
86 with Marty Schottenheimer. They've had 3 11-win seasons since I've walked on this earth, and Kevin Stefanski had 2 of them, and you threw him out like garbage. I'm going to need you to explain that. Atlanta is very happy to have him, I promise you. But Red Sea, to answer your question, I'm never fond of the retread coach. I didn't love it when Atlanta hired Raheem Morris. There have been a lot of these over the years because I've seen it. There's nothing there that's going to be a second act. And I'm sure somebody will say, but you like Robert Saleh in Tennessee. Yeah, because Robert Saleh's first coaching job was with the Jets. And
Right,
no one short of a warlock or a witch can win for the New York Jets. So he didn't really get an appropriate shake.
Right.
And so I'm fine with him taking the Tennessee job. I think he'll do good things to the defense. He brought Brian Daboll with him as the offensive coordinator. Daboll will handle the offense. Saleh will handle the defense.
Yeah.
I'm here for that. Arizona got into a weird situation, which was the ones they wanted did not want them.
Yeah.
And the ones that wanted them, they didn't want. And so you kind of go down this rabbit hole of you spin around and you got to make chicken salad out of chicken excrement. Mike LaFleur, to me, you could do markedly worse than that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, look, he was not a good offensive coordinator with the Jets, but we've been over this.
Right.
Nobody is. He's been around Sean McVay. Here's the other part of that nobody seems to be talking. It's also why I hate Todd Monken so much. Look at the staff he could hire just by bringing guys up a step. So you look at that entire Rams staff, all the guys that have been talked about in different jobs.
Yep.
All the guys that have been on that staff and been fired other places. Raheem Morris was included in that until he took the San Francisco job. I always wonder that out of young guys. What is your staff going to look like?
Yeah.
And with LaFleur, I think his will be good. With Todd Monken, I'm scared to death because all the guys he was worked with just left for New York with John Harbaugh. Or they were retained in Baltimore to work with Jesse Minter and my guy, Dubs, Anthony Weaver, who's their new defensive coordinator. By the way, you want to see what an A+++ staff looks like? Take a gander at what Baltimore did. I know Yenzer Pauly ain't loving that, but
I'm not loving the McCarthy hire either.
It's so funny to me that people hate that so much, and I'm not sure I get why.
It's the process. I feel like they rushed into it. That's just my opinion. I don't hate McCarthy. I think he's fine.
They found so Mike Tomlin was not necessarily a problem.
Right.
You have been a competitive football team for 19 years.
Forever, yeah.
The problem was that he was a defensive guy, and the offense has been a disaster.
Oh, well, yeah.
So you found fat Mike Tomlin. That runs offense. I mean, and I'll be honest with you, when they hired him, I went, I can't believe I didn't see that coming. Because that makes so much sense.
It's too perfect.
And look, you're going to score points.
Guru.
You're going to score points. Whether it's with Aaron Rodgers, which I would say McCarthy multiplied the chances of him coming back by 500. If you had hired Nate Scheelhaas, you would have found out about
Gosh.
Will Howard.
Oh, yeah, Will Howard.
See if he go down the field.
Yeah.
Because Aaron's gone in that instance.
Yeah.
You found the one guy that might be able to bring him back from the depths.
I'm also curious if that retains your Cam Hayward, your TJ Watt, because I know TJ had a clause in his contract. He didn't want to play for anybody but Mike Tomlin.
Sure, and that's all well and good, but you're still in a contract. So,
No,
I mean, I think all these guys are back. I look at Mike McCarthy as a guy that's not going to upset the apple cart. It's one thing when you fire a coach. It's another when you fire a coach that's been here forever and he's tied into every absolute fiber of this team, which is what he was. That's where he was. He's tied into everything.
Oh, yeah.
So that becomes kind of a problem because they're all Tomlin guys. So you can't just try to sell them a bag of magic beans on, well, we found the linebackers coach. We found the linebackers coach from the Titans, and we like him a lot. It's got to be somebody that these guys are going to stick with.
Yeah.
Because Pittsburgh's not at the just scrap it and I mean, because like you mentioned,
Rooney
you got
said
Cam
it
Hayward.
himself. Yeah.
You got Cam Hayward, you got TJ Watt, you got Jalen Ramsey. You have a handful of players here that are on the back nine.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to put a team out there that's 4-13 with these guys that are on the back nine. Now, if you're going to move them, that's a whole nother ball of wax.
Right.
But if I'm trotting this out there, I really don't want Cam Hayward's last games to be trotting out there for a 5-12 Steelers team, just trying to break records in a game where you're down by 30.
Yeah.
It's a bad look. I wasn't angry at McCarthy. I think I gave it a B. Pretty sure I gave it a B. The two I really hated were Monken and then Joe Brady with Buffalo. I would love to have been a fly on that wall when the ownership group just absolutely crucified Keon Coleman and in the next breath went, but you know we're going to give the big job to? The guy who boo-booed it with him.
Yeah.
I would love to have heard that explanation.
Keon caught a lot of strays in that.
Keon Coleman's just sitting at home going, hey, it's my day off. What's everybody being mean to me? I'm just sitting at home.
What'd I do?
I'm sitting here watching catching up on The Office, and I'm catching strays from everybody that can say my name. I did feel for Keon Coleman.
A little bit, yeah.
It's tough to be Keon when the ownership group throws you under the bus. It's not hard to be us. Because it's pretty sweet to be us. Because we get to talk on the Radio Box about sports with you, all of the lovely people here in Greenville, South Carolina. This is Overtime, brought to you by Ingles Markets. Find them online, ingles-markets.com. Fuel Friday, this Friday, 4 fuel points for every $1 spent. Find them online, ingles-markets.com. Ingles Markets, low prices, love the savings. In the next hour, we got 1 hour left, so it's kind of last call for calls, 864-240-5480. We're also going to talk about the big game. We got New England. We got Seattle. We're going to break it down how we think it's going to happen. Come on back on the other side here on 104.9 FM, Fox Sports Upstate.
Your one stop for advertising? Call 844-844-IHEART.
Friday, kick off the Winter Olympics in style with the opening ceremony from Italy.
Team USA, we are ready to roll.
Friday at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on NBC and Peacock.
Want to make the most of your tax refund? File with TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They help you get your biggest refund, and then we help you do more with it with a personalized plan designed to help you hit your money goals. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
Cool nights are here. Are you staying warm? Call McGee Heating and Air. Speak to a real person. Right now, McGee is offering 0% APR for 60 months on a new qualifying.
You got 2 texts when we come back.
10-4.
Get up to $2,100 in McGee rebates for qualifying equipment. McGee Heating and Air, your trained comfort specialist, provides comfort you can count on, people you can trust. McGee Heating and Air, online at McGeeHVAC.com. Remember, it's hard to stop a train.
Big tax changes this year could mean a bigger refund.
Yeah, me too.
I miss kicks.
It's quiet up here now.
I believe that.
Yeah, I mean, outside of Aaron, there's not really anybody up here.
Oh, yeah, because everybody's gone by 10 o'clock.
Yeah, they're out of here.
I did see that my office has officially been christened with a name tag, which I felt pretty special about that.
Oh, really? I hadn't even been down on that end of the station.
Nobody goes down there except me and the girl that's in the studio next to me.
Oh, what's her name? I've met her once.
Oh, she's sweet as she can be.
Oh, yeah, she's super nice. She's just usually out of here by the time I get here.
Oh, yeah, I forget you. I'm so used to my schedule that I just think everybody's on that schedule.
Nah, I get here like 2:15.
You get there about the time I'm running away screaming. I've been here since 7. I'm tired of this.
Oh, yeah, I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
After how long it took us to get back and how aggressive that was, I told everybody, I'm not walking in one of these buildings until Thursday.
I don't blame you.
Like, I'm just not. I got some flack for not being on a conference call. And I sent a text and I said, well, for A, you schedule these on my day off.
Right.
B, I hired somebody to sit in these. That's part of what she does.
Yeah.
So because she's the one you're dealing with. She runs the entire operation now, not me. Me knowing anything means less than nothing. And you can tell me 10 times, I'll forget 11 of them. So you really want to talk to her in the first place. She's way smarter than me, and she's a lot more fun to talk to. And then I looked back at my schedule, and I went, oh, yeah, for the last 2 of these, one of them I was on a plane. So I was at 30,000 feet. Don't think I could really hop on. And the other one, I was at the Senior Bowl. Like, I was at the practice at the Senior Bowl.
Yeah.
Would you want me to hop on the top bleacher and hey, sorry guys, I gotta, no, that's not gonna happen.
Just had a new text come in.
Sweet. I love text, man. Oh, there he is.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
We got about another 2 minutes before we come back on this one.
Okay.
WROO-FM Malden, 104.9 Fox Sports Upstate, an iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different.
Babbel was designed by over 200 language.
You want me to keep dropping these overtime things in the Google Drive?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I didn't know what you did with them afterwards, so.
I put them on our podcast. They go on our podcast streams.
Oh, okay, perfect.
I asked for a new, like, salinated podcast page from iHeart, and on the third one that went unanswered, I went, oh, falafel meat? Okay, cool. I'll do it myself.
Right.
Yeah.
Welcome to iHeart.
Well, see, I'm not, and I don't even begrudge them because I'm not technically an employee. I have an iHeart email, but I send everything from my personal one. So they see me,
gotcha.
and I'm sure they just look at that and go, who the hell is that?
I don't know, Jeremy Sportsocracy.
Yeah, he sounds like a tool. I'm not doing squat for him.
I ain't talking to Duke Combs.
Duke Combs could fix it himself. Maybe call Jelly Roll. By the way, am I the only one that thinks Jelly Roll's story of what he was doing before he got famous gets more and more aggressive every time he wins an award?
Every time.
Every time he wins an award, he's like, I was cleaning a truck stop bathroom, and all I could think about was one day. Also, how did he get the really hot girl to stay with him when he was like cleaning truck stop bathrooms?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because she's a smoke show.
Hey, got that personality, I guess.
I'm telling you, he made her laugh. I mean, people ask me the same thing about my wife. I get it.
Hey, they asked me the same thing.
How'd you get her? She drinks. I don't know.
Because I'm funny.
I am funny.
Because I falafel with my personality.
Bingo.
All right, 15 seconds.
Bring the winter games with you from your phone to your car, on your Alexa, wherever you listen. Open the free iHeart app, search Olympics, and listen. iHeart Radio, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2026 Milan Cortina Winter Olympics.
The games are over, so there's only one thing left to do. overreact. The NFL Draft Nerd is here to weave through the world of sports and separate fact from fiction. Get involved. The call-in line's open at 864-240-5480. You can tweet us, we don't call it X, at the NFL Draft Nerd. Now, here's that creed-loving, bird-fearing, football lunatic, Jeremy Greene.
Hour 2 on a Monday. You are in overtime on 104.9 FM, Fox Sports Upstate. As always, brought to you by Ingles Markets. Find them online at ingles-markets.com. They saved me through the snowstorm, thanks to my lovely wife, who went and picked up all the frozen pizzas. I have had more frozen pizza and Dino Nuggies in the last 3 days.
No, you're eating like a king.
Right? That's what I said. I came home, I was like, I need to leave for 10 days more often. I'm out here eating like a toddler, and it's as good as it gets.
Right. Who needs nutrients?
She also ordered me a Firehouse sandwich earlier. First of all, if you're not on Firehouse, what are you doing with your life?
Yeah.
Firehouse is just, it's the jams. They don't sponsor us, but they could for the low, low price of about 15 sandwiches a month. You cut my lunch bill down, you got yourself an endorser, Firehouse. He's Trey Falco. I'm Jeremy Greene. This is Overtime, brought to you, as we said, by Ingles Markets. You can get involved with the show at any time. You can give us a call on the call-in line, 864-240-5480. Or you can hit us with a text, 864-777-9593. And a bunch of you have done just that. Randy L. with our first one. In 10 years, is it more likely that Garrett Nussmeier is a Pro Bowl quarterback or a quarterback coach?
Oh.
It is the latter, and it ain't even close. Garrett Nussmeier is that guy that I look at and go, you could be Davis Webb 10 years from now, where you didn't do squat in this league, and we're fighting over you a handful of years from now. Davis Webb, now the offensive coordinator of the Denver Broncos. He was a candidate with the Raiders and a handful of other jobs. But he winds up getting the OC spot out in Denver. That's the career path that I think Garrett Nussmeier is going to take. Because at the end of the day, I told Trey this before the show. At the Senior Bowl, Garrett Nussmeier was Tommy Chong. Never not high.
Yeah.
Every throw that I saw from that kid was high. And I didn't hold it that much against him because he's been hurt and just he was just inconsistent. It was clunky.
Sure. Yeah.
So, Randy, we appreciate the text. I would say 10 years from now, it's Coach Nussmeier. And if he makes a Pro Bowl, it will shock me only a little less than that Shedeur Sanders did.
Then he could skip Pittsburgh with all that.
We got a text from Rocky that said, where the heck is Cade Klubnik gone? Seems like he's gone from sugar to excrement in short order. And Nussmeier. Does he have eligibility coming back? No, they're both done. They're in. Klubnik was – I can give you some inside information on Cade Klubnik. So Cade threw the quarterback thing into chaos. He was invited to the Senior Bowl, and he turned it down.
Really?
I have only seen a handful of guys do that ever. I've never seen one do that. Well, that's not true. I've seen one other guy do it, and it's a name that I just said a minute ago, and it rhymes with Shedeur Sanders. He turned down senior last year because he wasn't going to throw, and they told him, if you're not going to throw, we're not going to hold the invite for you. Well, because we want guys – you don't get to just show up. Like, if you want to show up, you can show up on your own dime, get your agency to pay for it, whatever. We're not going to hold your spot on the roster if you're not going to play. Klubnik opted to go to the Shrine Bowl, which is lesser competition. It rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, and then he wasn't great at Shrine either. And so now, I mean, Cade Klubnik's NFL hopes are on absolute life support. People like me have not helped that because he came out of a one-read system, and that does not tend to translate well. So he did not handle this this pre-draft process well.
Yeah.
We got another one from Eric Newton. He is Final Anthony in our YouTube stream. He said Lamont Jordan came on a Commanders podcast, said Breece Hall was a top 3 back. Is he on to something, or is he smoking crimes? Can the Commanders snag him, Also, he said the fullback needs to make a comeback. So I'm going to answer this. I'm going to answer the end of this first. Trey, you don't do much social media, so I'm going to go out on a limb and say you didn't see all of the content we plugged out from Mobile.
Nope, none of it.
So one of the things that I have to do, because I do a lot of interviews, and I do a lot of interviews with a lot of teams.
Okay.
So I have to go to one day of the practices not decked out in team stuff. I work directly with a couple teams. I'm a fan of a team. So a lot of my attire, as evidenced by what I'm wearing right now, has logos on it. They don't want me doing a Tennessee Titan show decked out in Titan or in Jet stuff or in Commander stuff or however the case may be. So I have to go one day every year dressed like a big boy. Well, The problem with never dressing like a big boy is that when you do, all the smartesses that you work with have jokes. So I wore a very respectable sweater vest with a polo, a little undershirt underneath it because it was chilly.
Yeah.
I had just some track pants. You know, they look like dress pants, but they're soft.
Yeah.
I was trying not to freeze.
Yeah.
Okay. So then all of a sudden I start getting inundated with people going, "Hey, what time's driver's ed? Hey, when'd you get fired from Monroe High School, coach?" And so I just get inundated with this for a full day. And I went, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to create my own character.
Yeah.
So now when we talk about punters, kickers, long snappers, or fullbacks, you get Chet Baker.
Okay.
Former one-time honorable mention all-district fullback, Monroe High School, Monroe, Alabama.
All right.
It's a character we're going to have on social media. Trust me. You'll enjoy it. I feel very sure of it. Still trying to nail the voice on that one. But to Eric, first of all, thank you for the text. We appreciate the question. I do believe Breece Hall has the ability to be a top. I think 3 might be high, just solely because I'm looking at Bijan Robinson, Jahmyr Gibbs, Saquon Barkley. I think Breece Hall's in that territory. He's just been on a god-awful Jets team. And I agree with him. Every team needs an H-back tight end that can play fullback and tight end. I don't know why they don't do it. It's because shotgun's gotten so cute, and we do that in every offense. I agree with Lamont Jordan. Also, one of my favorite Jets of all time. Now that I know he's been on Commander stuff, that means he can be on these shows because I have access to their call logs. So that's good to know. Trey, I believe we have a caller on line 1.
Yes, sir.
Chet Baker, this is from
Say it one more time. Your connection's really bad.
I was pretending to be Jenny Dunker's father from Iowa.
Jennings Dunker's. I got a lot of that. Did Jennings Dunker's mom and your dad ever meet each other? Because I feel like you might be kin.
This is the glue guy.
Jonathan Welch, he is the glue guy. What's up, my friend?
I just wanted to give a shout out to my Seahawks for making it all the way. Condition, since I know you're talking about that here in a minute, but wanted to go. You did all your sweet the Senior Bowl. I know you froze your little, but we appreciate the date. The combine.
Absolutely. We appreciate the call, John. I think your connection was a little finicky there, but we appreciate the kind words. We're rooting for your Seahawks this weekend. I do feel like I'm an honorary Seahawk, considering I said that Sam Darnold was the best free agent pickup of the season. Wasn't even kind of close. And I do have a lean in this game. In the next segment, I'll tell you what that is. Look, I'm happy for Seattle fans. Do you know how hard it is to come off Russell Wilson and then go into Geno Smith? And Geno, I just always felt like you never had a chance.
Yeah.
Now I'm biased. I'm a West Virginia guy. Geno's a West Virginia guy. I got to watch a lot of that. So I was always probably harder on Geno than other people in the media because I just knew what it was. I knew what Geno Smith was going to be. He'll be fine. He'll never crash you into the rocks, but he's never going to lead you to the promised land either. So to come off Russell Wilson, the Legion of Boom, Pete Carroll, all of the pieces that churned in and out of that building, then go through the Geno years, you move on from Pete Carroll, you nail it with the head coach with Mike McDonald, you nail it with the quarterback with Sam Darnold. I hope one day my team can do that once. Seattle's now done it twice. We have another caller. Caller, who is this?
Hey, this is Randy out in Providence.
Hey, Randy, how are you?
I'm all right. You know, I can't let the Seahawks fan go and then have it be unbalanced. And
I was
not have
about
the
to say
Patriots
this is the other side of our Super Bowl matchup.
Yes, it is. Yes, this is the last weekend that you'll be mock drafting with the Patriots and having them go at 31. That's what this is.
So
because next week they'll be mock drafting at 32, my friend.
And in fairness, that is not me taking a side. I did see some Patriot fans that said that. I can't help that. That's where all the softwares put them. I don't pick a side in this. Where it puts them is where I put them.
Hey, listen, I know that Sam Darnold is your guy. Now, I can't understand it because you actually had him as your quarterback. So any faith that you have in Sam Darnold absolutely blows my mind. You've seen this. You've seen this at work, up close and personal, my friend.
The faith in Darnold is that I worked with the organization. We had a little overlap, but not much. I know how just clustered that entire team was. And then I saw him in Charlotte when he was with the Panthers, and that team wasn't really ready for him. They weren't super invested in him. But I got to watch him up close and personal in New Jersey and in Charlotte, and I just saw the talent. And that's the thing about talent is that it's so obvious. Just coming back from Mobile and being around those practices, it's obvious when you see a guy that's a top 30 guy, you just go, that's a dude right there. Because you can separate it. Darnold always kind of did that for me. That's where the faith in him comes from. Plus, I love him personally. I think he's a wonderful, wonderful guy.
Well, and I mean, I know a lot of people's cases that it's been kind of a long time since the, seeing Go Sarah or Sam Darnold kind of imploding on himself thing, right? So, and it has, in his defense, it has been an entire 2.5 months since he's had a 4-interception game. So it's been a while. There's absolutely no chance. It was on the Seahawks team that he went ahead and threw 4 picks. So it's been there is a chance, is all I'm saying. And look, these Patriots, they've got Milton Williams, they've got Christian Barmore in the middle. If you want to find the weakest point on this Seahawks roster, you look at the interior of that offensive line.
Anthony Bradford.
Okay, they've got Gray Zabel, but they've got his college teammate at center, an undrafted free agent. Anthony Bradford at right guard. These guys are not good. And I think that, honestly, the Patriots might be best served to try and kind of double up on JSN, put Carlton Davis on him, because Carlton Davis is a physical press corner. And, that was kind of always the question on JSN is, could he hold up with the physicality on the boundary, right?
That's a really good point, Randy. So for me, and I don't claim to be an aficionado on the Patriots defense and how they scheme this out. I know that with teams that I work very closely with. New England's not one of those. If I'm New England, I'm throwing everything short of the kitchen sink at Jackson Smith and Jigba. I'll have Davis on him for 2 plays. Davis is going to get up in his face. Davis may get beat, but I'm going to have a safety over the top. Then I'll have Christian Gonzalez on him. I'll throw Marcus Jones on him anytime he's in the slot. I'm just going to throw everything but the kitchen sink at him because I'm not scared of anybody else.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, that's the thing is you're not particularly. Look, Kenneth Walker's fine, but he's not anybody that you're game planning specifically against. It's JSN, and if you can keep him from exploding, you've got a real chance on this team. And I think offensively too. Let me give you a key player I think in this game. All right, Kyle Williams, and this is why I think that you're not as worried about him when you get him on the field. You get that second cornerback on him, Josh Jobe, I think is how you say the name, not Joby, but Jobe. And that's a mismatch, okay, because Kyle Williams has 4.4 speed, and Josh Jobe ran a 4.57 40. And deep balls is about who gets there first. And I'm telling you what, I will put my money on Kyle Williams in that foot race.
That's the funny thing, and Randy, we appreciate the call. We always appreciate Randy. He's always very dialed into New England. He's very dialed into football in general. But that's a really good call, and it's something that we had it circled to talk about today. Who could be the unsung heroes of this game? How often do we do this? Where we come in and we talk about Sam, we talk about Drake, we talk about Kenny Walker, which I think was a good point from him. You get teams that get to the Super Bowl.
Right.
And it's because they play off each other so well. JSN was the best receiver in football this year. But JSN was the best receiver in football this year because you had to worry about Charbonnet, you had to worry about Kenny Walker, and Sam was just really good.
Yeah.
When you get into this, I've got all the tape on you I could ever want. So I feel pretty confident I know what you're going to throw at me. So where could you find that unheralded come-out-of-nowhere superstar? And I will say, I think that's a place that New England has an advantage over Seattle. We'll talk about that momentarily. But we have a caller, again, on line one. Caller, who's this?
This is your good buddy,
Oh, now turn your radio down. We hear that on the backside.
Can you hear me, Jimmy?
There you go. I can hear you now.
How's it going? I heard both sides of the Super Bowl matchup between Seattle and the Patriots. As a Cardinals fan who lives in New England, I cannot believe I'm saying this, but by God, I need Seattle to win.
I'm not 100% sure. Trey, did you hear that better than I did?
So it sounds
first of all, it sounds like he's in a bowling alley, which is sweet.
Yeah.
That is sweet.
It sounded to me as I think he said a Cardinals fan that lives in New England.
Oh, that's Red Sea. Yeah, that's Red Sea.
Yeah, and I think he said, I hate to say it, but he wants Sam Darnold. He needs Sam Darnold to win. Is that what he said?
Yeah, 100%. That would stand to reason because he is a New England hating New Englander.
Gotcha.
Because he's a Cardinals fan that lives in Connecticut. I apologize. That is one thing that is when I'm in the studio, I would have had to have cranked my headphones up, and one of those strikes would probably have blown out what little bit of ear I have left.
Right.
Here I've got it equalized, but it's hard to hear that sometimes. Red Sea, we appreciate that. And frankly, we're with you. I'm rooting for Sam Darnold, and I think everybody knows that. Phone lines are ringing again. Who we got on line one?
I'm just calling back. I got disconnected.
Oh, perfect. That's we can hear you much better now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate both teams, but I hate New England so much more. Our fans are insufferable when they're winning.
You know, the funny thing is, at least from what I've seen this time, maybe it's because we're such an orphan to them that they don't feel the urge to mess with me. They feel like they got humbled a little bit. But I also remember how much fun they had picking at me in the aughts and the 2010s. So I mean, I gotta say, I'm with you.
You ever see that SpongeBob meme of like, if you can't do the time, don't do the crime, and they're in the jail cell for about 20 seconds? That's how bad the New England Patriots fans have suffered. I need them to be the Cleveland Browns. I need them to be the New York Jets. I need them to be the Arizona Cardinals. I need them to be bad forever.
Unfortunately,
they are a spoiled fan base that is insufferable.
Unfortunately, that's not going to happen because even if they don't get one here, that team's gonna get better. We gotta get this one. This is the one where I feel like all of us are looking at Mike McDaniel going, "Look, I am the captain now. You run the damn ball. If you get down there, do not do that again. Do not.
I don't even want them to be in that situation. I need Seattle versus Denver to happen like tenfold over. I need like 70 points dropped on New England in like the first half. I need it to be bad. I need it to be miserable.
I unfortunately, and Red Sea, we appreciate the call. I don't see that happening. I don't see a way that this game's not going to be close. And I think there are little pieces of this game that are going to change it one way or the other. But it's not the ones that you think. We got to take a commercial break. I have already blown through one commercial break, so they will stop me at some point of, you can't keep doing this. So we're going to take a commercial break. You're in overtime here on 104.9 FM, Fox Sports Upstate.
Once upon a time,
there was a dealer for the people
that let everyone drive for just one dime down.
Think driving a nicer, newer car is a fairy tale?
Not anymore.
And once again, we got a couple more texts on the line.
Sweet. Did I hear you go up in the middle of something there? So you come into one side of my head and the caller comes in the other side. So sometimes like, did he say something that I missed?
Oh, no, I don't think I said anything.
Oh, okay. I thought I said something wrong for a minute. I was like, I don't think I did.
No.
I looked down at the clock after that last call and went, oh, yeah, I've blown through the break.
John, a couple of weeks ago, took all three of his breaks at like 40. So
I shouldn't admit this, but I'm going to because we're all friends here.
Yeah.
I don't remember what they came to me with something, and they were complaining about. I don't remember. It was something about commercials.
Oh yeah.
I took commercial break at 55:50 for 3 hours. I went 55 solid minutes, 3 hours in a row. Like, is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to play? See, here's the thing, because I control the number of commercials we play. I can go 55 minutes an hour if I want to.
I love it.
Yeah, Tank was like, you just kept blowing through the brakes, and about the third time I did it, I sent him a text across the table. I was like, we ain't taking commercials today.
Yeah.
It's commercial free, big boy. I think it was like 2 weeks before the draft or something, and we had a ton to talk about.
Oh, gotcha, yeah.
And I just, nope, no commercials today.
Not today.
Not today.
UFA'd, or yeah, UFO'd, now you FA'd. No, wait.
Bingo. You FOD, now you FO'd.
Yeah, you FOD, now you FO'd.
That was with, I think that was with Brian. He said something to me, and I was like, oh, yeah?
That tracks. You gonna find out.
Oh, we have a question in the YouTube chat that I'm going to have to get to, too.
Okay. We got about 20 seconds.
10-4.
Many areas collect trees after Christmas for mulching, aiding water conservation and weed control. Check with your local municipality for collection times. Brought to you by iHeartRadio Earth and the National Environmental Education Foundation. For more smart, sustainable living tips or to take action in your community, visit iHeartRadio.com/earth.
He's Yenzer Pauly. I'm Creed Jeremy. I'm at the NFL Draft Nerd, Jeremy Greene. He's Trey Falco. You're in overtime here on 104.9 FM, Fox Sports Upstate. We're just having a grand old time talking a little football, talking a little Super Bowl, a little NFL Draft.
Ain't done better.
There's nothing better. There's just it's the best job in the world, and we get to do it. We have a couple texts on the text line. You can get involved with the show via the text line anytime, even when we're not on. 864-777-9593. And call in and be heard. 864-240-5480. And that is exactly what our buddy Austin Groves has done. Who had the best sleeper weekend at the Senior Bowl? UDFAs that moved up love the show. We appreciate you, Austin. My answer to that would be Jude Bowery. because I 100% confirmed that he's not going to play tackle in the league, and I'm going to love him at guard. That's one of those that's weird. You watch a guy just get drugged down the sidewalk for 2 practices, and you're sitting here telling people, no, don't write him off. This is exactly what we wanted to happen. I get it. You just watched him get beat like a sled dog for 2 days. They're going to move him inside, and you're going to see what I'm talking about.
It's all according to plan.
And then they did. And I went, see, I've been here before. This is not my first trip on the turnip truck. I know how this goes. Jude Bowery would be my number one answer. Tyron Montgomery, that kid from John Carroll, I think he played himself into possibly draftable, which is shocking because he's played 2 years of football in his life. Did I tell you the story on that kid?
No.
You know the kid I'm talking about from John Carroll. He came to the Hula Bowl, went to Shrine, got an invite to the Senior Bowl. He was a walk-on on the LSU basketball team. Never played, and then just decided to pick up football. He's been playing for 2 years. Then he goes to the Senior Bowl and absolutely just obliterates 2 of the best slot corners in the country.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know that he'll be drafted, but he does kind of remind me of Efton Chisholm, who we talked about last year from Eastern Washington, and is now headed to play in the Super Bowl with the New England Patriots. Speaking of that, I could see him being a guy that has a couple really timely catches in this game. This is one of those weird matchups where I go, okay, we all know the big boys. We all know Stephon Diggs. We all know JSN.
Right.
We all know Kenny Walker. Who are the ones that could change this game that we're not talking about? I feel like Randy did a good job talking about the New England side.
Yeah.
Specifically talking about Milton Williams and Christian Barmore and being able to get pressure from the inside. I'm going to tell you, too, that I have yet to hear anywhere else. It's Jalen Hawkins and Craig Woodson. And now, look, I'm not usually a secondary guy. That's 2 safeties that I was really high on when they came out. And they have comboed here in New England to just be an absolute force.
Yeah.
And you look at how New England deploys them. If Sam's not careful, one of the 2 of them could be the one that gets him. Because I'm sure you've noticed that Sam will slide into these areas of comfort.
Oh, yeah.
And it's almost like he gets in a rhythm, and he's laser locked in. Sometimes, when he does that, he can miss a safety that's been deployed in a place that maybe you didn't expect them to go. I'm thinking that spy, that robber.
Yeah.
Just you get the guy in the middle of the field that's watching the eyes of the quarterback, and sometimes Sam loses track of those 2 guys. And as I was going into the buildup of this game, those were 2 that I just kept circling of watch one of them have a play in this game that's either big to get New England back in it or big to give New England the lead, however this game goes. That was the 2 guys that I just kept circling defensively. I also kept looking at Efton Chisholm and Demario Douglas, going, one of you 2's going to have a role in this game that doesn't make a ton of sense, but I think there's a good chance that one of them scores. And I know that sounds strange to say about the 5th and 6th wide receivers on a team.
Yeah.
Until you look at how Seattle's built and how that team deploys their guys. Look, the place to attack Seattle 9 times out of 10 is on the outside with whoever's being defended by Josh Jobe. Because Jobe is a very physical, very handsy, slower corner. I don't really want to go after Devin Witherspoon any more than I have to. But I do see a possibility that maybe we pull a double slot. You take the tight end out, or maybe you got the tight end weighted to the strong side,
right? And
you get somebody like Chisholm or Demario Douglas that goes and just makes a play. That's harder to find for Seattle. I feel like if you look at these rosters just stride for stride, New England's deeper than Seattle is, specifically at wide receiver. Because you get past Jackson Smith and Jigba, I'm all in on Rashid Shaheed. I'm not really in on anything else you got. I mean, the barnyard, that's fun. He comes in and runs those the tush push. He's not a great tight end. He's fine. But I don't think he's going to have tremendous success against New England. Cooper Kupp's a crafty, cagey veteran. He also looks like he's about 72 years old. Don't think I'm going to be looking for a touchdown from Jake Bobo. So with Seattle, I'm looking to the defense. You got Eamon that plays out of the slot a lot. Eamon a bigger guy. And maybe one of those little shifty receivers catches him. The defense, I just think Seattle's defense is so unbelievably good. You just go up and down this roster, and it's guys like Mike Morris. And these are the backup guys. Jaron Reed, Jared Ivey, Chaz Surratt, who's on IR, Tyrese Knight, Boye Mafe, Reek. Well, these are all guys that I loved when they were coming out. Seattle is a team that is built very similarly to what a team I would have built looks like. Because there's just very few guys that I go, no, I didn't love him. I didn't love him coming out. Now, I don't love Cooper Kupp right now because he's getting older. But I think this is a very evenly matched Super Bowl where I don't see a blowout really under any circumstances. I think it's going to be close late. And the tiebreaker for me is really simple. I get a more veteran quarterback in Sam Darnold. I get a younger kid in Drake May that has not looked particularly impressive in these playoffs. He's found ways to win, but he hasn't looked super impressive. And that's the caveat for me. I'm taking Seattle to win this game. Now, Yenzer Pauly, Trey Falco.
Yes.
I ask a question every week. This will be the last time I get to ask this question for a while.
Oh.
Can you pick that dog? Seattle plus 4.5. Or Seattle minus 4.5, excuse me. New England plus 4.5. Can you take New England plus the 4.5?
Plus the 4.5. I don't think I can take that dog.
I'm gonna. I don't feel great about it.
Yeah.
And this is one of those times that, look, I'm going to wager on the Super Bowl every single time there is a Super Bowl until the end of time. Whether I feel great about it or not, I got to have a rooting interest.
Sure.
I'm going to tell you exactly how I think this game goes. You know I love Seattle. I've been hot on this New England team all year long. I said they were going to make the playoffs before the season even started. Did I see a Super Bowl run? No, I didn't. And short of the biggest Patriot homers you've ever met in your life, they didn't see it either. I think this comes down to a play in the red zone late. And I'm not saying New England's going to get to the 1 yard line and choose to not run and Seattle gets comeuppance for Darius Butler. I'm not saying that. I didn't say I haven't thought it, though. I did not say that thought has not crossed my mind. Because I could see a path. I could see a path that we get late in this game. You ask Drake May to make that one play, and it winds up in the hands of Nick Eamon or Devin Witherspoon or somebody on that defense. I am taking New England to cover, Seattle to win. I'll go over the number. It's 45.5, which I think is practically spot on. I really think this game ends 24-21 Seattle, but I'm going to go over just because I think range of outcomes, it's going to be higher scoring more often than not. You're on Seattle minus 4.5?
Yeah, I'll take Seattle minus 4.5. I like the over, too. I mean, I know you. That's not really part of the picking them, but I do like the over.
I think I like the over. I don't see a path that this game looks like New England and Denver. You're not going to have many weather issues, if any at all. Short of the earthquake they had this morning, which was confirmation bias for me to go, yes, I made the right call to not go to the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah.
After dealing with ice, snow, I've been a James Taylor song.
Yeah.
I've been a James Taylor song for 2 weeks. I've seen fire. I've seen rain. I've seen days that I thought would never end. I can't take anymore. So I am, first of all, T's and P's to all those people out in San Francisco. Didn't sound like there was, I didn't see any fatalities or anything like that. It was just a small earthquake this morning.
Yeah.
But it's, the weather has just been nanners. And the next time we convene, it'll be all draft all the time because we won't have any more football to talk about.
That's right.
We get next Monday to recap the game. It's President's Day is 2 Mondays from now.
That sounds right. Yes.
Yeah, we'll be one of the ones that are. Trey and I are troopers. We will be working President's Day.
Yes, sir.
I also don't know why anybody takes off President's Day, but that's not. Hey, federal holidays. You do you.
Yeah.
What is President's Day?
It's for the president.
Is it where we just acknowledge we've had presidents? Are we supposed to revere them? Hey, you remember? I was trying to think.
It's to honor the birthdays and the legacies of U.S. presidents. Officially commemorating George Washington.
Indeed. I don't believe that I will be taking a moment to reflect on William Taft. Don't think that's something I'll be doing that particular day.
You're not going to do your president power rankings?
Oh,
what did I do?
No. Yeah, I'm not doing that because at least half of people would go, "Oh, you're the worst," and the other half go, "Yeah, you're the best." I don't want to do that. I want us all to be friends. That's the point of Overtime. You're in Overtime here on 104.9 FM Fox Sports Upstate. Brought to you by Ingles Markets, as we are every week. We appreciate our friends at Ingles for all that they do. And they saved my life this weekend with the Dino Nuggies, the frozen pizza, all the things that got us through Winter Storm Gertrude or whatever. What was the name of this thing? Giannis?
No, it was Gianna, but I call it Giannis.
It should have been Giannis.
Yeah.
He's going to get traded somewhere.
Going everywhere, yeah.
He's going to get traded somewhere, and tens of people are going to care. I saw an article of 6 trades to watch for with Giannis Antetokounmpo. I didn't know who 2/3 of those dudes were.
Yep.
Like I know who Karl Anthony Towns is. I know that name.
I know that one, yeah.
The rest of those names, you could have made that up, and I would have believed you because I don't know. It's the last call for calls here in Overtime, 864-240-5480. If you want to text in, 864-777-9593. We got one segment left. We'll tie it up for a Monday right here on 104.9 FM, Fox Sports Upstate.
Well, the holidays have come and gone once again, but if you've forgotten to get that special someone in your life a gift, well, Mint Mobile.
You want to stack that last 2 breaks again?
Yeah, might as well.
Okay, just want to make sure.
I just keep talking through things, so.
That's fine. I'm just curious.
That is one thing that I have learned to really appreciate Tank on and you on is just you understand clocks.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not so good on clocks.
I get the numbers.
What does your clock say right now?
41:42.
Okay, so we're in lockstep. What time do I need to be out of here?
54:50.
54:50. Okay.
Yeah, that's your hard out.
54:50. And we're hitting 42 right now.
Yep, just hit it.
Bingo. 54:50. Okay, I can do that. My vape just went dead with 1 segment ago. I got another full one in my pocket. Let's go.
Oh, there we go.
Thank you 3 hours ago, Jeremy. You were a wise man.
Contingency plans. There we go.
I'm glad I'm wearing shorts that are too tight, or I'd have never known that was in there. I bought these shorts when I wasn't quite as fat as I am now.
I know how that is.
Ugh, it's the worst. I lost 12 pounds at I lost 12 pounds at Shrine and gained like 7 of it back at Senior.
It's all those nuggies and the pizzas.
I'm telling you. I got home and Amy had like dino nuggies and frozen pizza and pizza rolls. And I'm like, I want to be mad about this, but I'm not.
Nah, it sounds like the dream.
Because I'm trying to lose weight. And she's like, I just wanted you to be happy when you came home because I know the trip was tough. And I'm like, I married the nicest woman in the world.
Be meaner to me.
You buy kale salads and you tell me that you stop being fat. Oh, how long we got?
I got about a minute and a half.
Oh, excrement. That's doing better
Less than you thought.
I start talking sometimes and I have absolutely no idea how long I've been talking.
That's why you got me.
100%. And I appreciate you, brother.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you.
I just got the stupidest tweet in the history of time. I have to read this on air.
Okay.
I have to read this on air. Somebody just quote tweeted me on a post that just went out like 20 minutes ago.
All right.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. Why is the Pro Bowl a thing? Why do we not just pull the cord and go, no, we're not doing this?
Right. All right, I got 20 seconds.
You the man.
Of 100.
137 tetragentillion 806 duo tri.
Listen to the smartness of that smart speaker. It even can do the following. Alexa, play 104.9 Fox Sports Upstate on iHeartRadio.
And they were also in the Deshaun Watson sweepstakes. Just saying.
I'm the
She said it a bunch of times, and I don't know why she said it that way. That was weird. Chumbawamba. That's a, you know, when people say music was so much better back in the day. Are you sure?
Did you
There's
listen?
a lot of Chumbawamba and Hanson and just, it wasn't all winners. There might have been more winners back then, but they weren't all winners. We're all winners here because we're together talking about football, brought together by Ingles Markets. Low prices, love the savings here in overtime. Every Monday at 7, you get me at NFL Draft Nerd, at the NFL Draft Nerd, Jeremy Greene, and Yenzer Pauly, Trey Falco.
Yes.
We have a handful of texts to get to before we get out of here. First one's from Red Sea. He said, Jeremy, what quarterback do you think Arizona will want now that they've hired LaFleur? Does Kyler have a better shot to keep playing here, or is it going to be a guy like Simpson or Nussmeier? Don't think we can afford Malik Willis. Never in my life did I think we would get to a point where somebody would utter the phrase to me, I don't think we can afford Malik Willis. Because there was a time that I think you could have bought him for you could have purchased his contract for 2 cartons of Charleston Chews milk duds.
Yeah.
Because he was awful. And now he's like the quarterback to watch.
Oh, yeah.
I think it'll be Kyler in Arizona. I can't figure out how you're going to tap out on a guy like that to go with Ty Simpson or Garrett Nussmeier or even really Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah.
I feel like the reason Mike LaFleur got the leg up in that over Anthony Weaver or any of the other guys that interviewed for that job is because he said, I have a path with Kyler Murray. So Red Sea, we appreciate the text. I will say it's Kyler Murray. I don't really see a way that it's not. JB said, my keys for my Patriots to have a chance to win in the fourth quarter. Run the football to open up the passing game. Defensive play like we've had the last few weeks. Don't give up big plays to JSN or Shaheed. Shaheed is a big play waiting to happen, and I think JSN might be uncoverable. Also play solid special teams. This is year one of the rebuild. Making the Super Bowl is amazing. Go Pats. Thanks. That's our buddy JB. JB, we always appreciate you listening.
Yeah.
I can't say go Pats. That's just, I said it because I read it off the text, but in terms of, for me,
You're physically unable.
They would take my Jets fan card, which I'm ready to give back anyway. We did figure out what the cost of me to jump ship is.
Oh, what's that?
I was on with the Washington Commanders in Mobile, and they were like, why are you still a Jets fan? And I went, I don't know. I have no idea. Because half of my wardrobe or more is Jet stuff, and I don't want to have to replace it all.
Right, yeah.
And their response was, you mean we could buy you out for a bunch of shirts? And I went, you could have bought me out for 2 movie tickets to a movie I didn't want to see. Yeah, you're replacing my whole wardrobe? I'm in. So apparently one day soon a large box of Commanders gear is coming my way. So if you see me decked out in Commander stuff, just know, I'm a Commander now. I've tapped out on my team. Speaking of my team, I just got sent this on Twitter. You can find me there at the NFL Draft Nerd. This came from Ian Rappaport. It's one note before the Pro Bowl games on Tuesday. I'm going to omit the name, and I want you to tell me the funniest name I could put right here. Blank was asked to participate, I'm told. He declined, focusing on his off-season training.
Oh, this isn't even fair because I've seen this tweet. I know who it is.
Justin Fields.
Yes.
We were this close to having a Pro Bowl games with Shedeur Sanders, Justin Fields, and Joe Flacco. The 2 worst quarterbacks in the NFL by a wide margin.
Yeah.
And one that played 6 games for 2 teams and was good for a whole one of them. That's your Pro Bowl quarterbacks. The Pro Bowl is dead now.
Yeah. And don't we talk about Justin Fields his off-season training? It's literally the same narrative every single season.
Let me go ahead and tell you, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. It don't exist. I don't care if he is running the stadium steps in Philadelphia listening to Rocky on repeat. He is terrible.
Right.
He is a terrible NFL quarterback. Speaking of Rocky, he texted us as well. Said, I'll be interested to watch Nick Eamon-Worry with Seattle. He's had a really good rookie year. Big physical safety. So wonder what his role will be for Seattle. So far he's kind of played all over the place. He's been that kind of joker where he plays slot the corner. He'll play a little linebacker. He'll play a little safety. He's kind of the piece that you really never know where he is. It's almost like a Mike on steroids because you never know exactly where he's going to line up. He's been such an X factor for that team. He is also the living embodiment of why I talk so much about the NFL draft because it's so important. It's so important. We talked about Nick Eamon-Worry last year for hours and days.
I wanted him
weeks.
from Pittsburgh so bad.
Well, and then everybody gets wrapped up into, well, is he that good a tackler? If I heard that one time, I heard it 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Hell, I might have said it 2 or 3 times. I don't remember. The end of this process starts to be like a fever dream for me. But it was so obvious when you watched him on film. The kid can just play football.
Yep.
And I think we forget that a lot. That's what all of this is about. Can guys play football? And that's something I noticed while I was in Mobile. It's also, we did not get to my hottest takes other than one, so I'll rapidly get through 3 of them here. This draft's better than you think. I saw it firsthand. There's a lot of talent in this class. It may not be sexy. It may not be quarterbacks. It may not be running backs. It may not be a ton of guys that you can put on your fantasy football team. But there will be a team in this league that builds a future Super Bowl champion out of this draft. Because they will hit guy after guy after guy after guy that just become dudes. The same way New England did last year. Trey, you want to hear a funny coinky-dink?
Yes, I do.
My 2 highest rated draft classes last year, you know what teams they were? the Seattle Seahawks, and the New England Patriots.
Oh, wow.
That was my 1 and my 2. Just saying. It matters, and it matters a lot. I had 2 more that were tied together, so I'll just read them together. The Baltimore Ravens are in better shape today than they were a month ago. And the Buffalo Bills are in worse shape than they were in a month ago.
Ooh.
Hiring Joe Brady made absolutely no sense to me. You fired Sean McDermott basically to do the exact same thing that Pittsburgh did. The only problem is that you hired an offensive guy that's not all that accomplished. This is not like Mike McCarthy, who has a Super Bowl ring,
right?
Has been a winner with 2 different franchises. Joe Brady's never been a head coach. You're in a Super Bowl window, and you attached yourself to Joe Brady and Jim Leonard. Could it work? Absolutely. Do I think your range of outcomes went down? Absolutely. I 100% absolutely do. Meanwhile, Baltimore hired Jesse Minter, who's just a younger version of John Harbaugh, who's way cheaper. You got Declan Doyle, who's been with Ben Johnson for
45 seconds.
A year.
Yeah.
Young kid that's 30 years old. And Anthony Weaver, who's a legend in Baltimore. He played for this team. He was one of the hottest coaches in the cycle. And now you got him to be the defensive coordinator.
30 seconds.
That's how you do this. The Baltimore Ravens, it seems like every time they get kicked and they get knocked down, as our friends at Chumbawamba would say, they get back up again, because that's what good franchises do. And it's what we're going to do next week right here on 104.9 FM Fox Sports Upstate. At 7 p.m., it will be Trey and myself talking football. We'll recap the Super Bowl, all the goings-on, and it'll be the start of the real Draftmas season. And it's right here on 104.9 Fox Sports Upstate.
Hey, it's Bobby Bones. You think you know what's going to happen during the big game? Call it with DraftKings prediction.
All right.
Woo! You are the man.
Thank you. It was a good show.
That was a good one. That one felt like it went just so fast, and I had so many more things to talk about, and I didn't get to any of them.
There's never enough time.
Ever. There is never enough time.
That's what happens when you prepare.
I didn't say that. You did.
You didn't have to.
But I laughed at it. I will be in Greenville next week, come hell or high water, as long as there's no snow on the ground.
Okay. Let me check email real quick. Because Carolina calls got added on a day somewhere.
Okay.
Next Monday's the 9th, so there will be a Carolina calls at 7.
Okay.
So we're only 8 to 9 next week.
Okay. What I may do, we'll talk about later in the week. My brain's a little floody. So.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah,
I know you've had a lot.
Oh, dude, I'm just now back to a point where I feel normal. I went to bed at like 4 o'clock this morning.
Jesus.
Because I took a aggressive nap yesterday afternoon, and I could not go to sleep.
I got you.
I was up at 7:30. Like, oh, I hate this. I hate this a lot.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
But yeah, we'll talk. We'll talk later in the week. We'll come up with a game plan.
Okay.
And then we got to talk about combine, how our schedule's going to look for that, because I think I have arranged it to where all of our travel is on Sunday. So
okay,
we should be good. Should be no issues there.
Okay, cool. Well, if there are any issues, just let me know.
Indeed. All right, brother. Well, I appreciate you. Safe travels, and I'll talk to you in a day or two.
All right, sounds good. Take care.
Thanks, brother.
Yes, sir.